You know, the thing about water features is I think we could actually reignite people's passion for the green industry again. I think that so many people with the economy and the way things have been going have actually been beaten down. But with something as creative and fun to build as water features, it will really reignite people's passion for what they got into this hobby, this fantastic business of the green industry in the first place.
Yeah, I would agree. You know, this type of stuff, you know, it's just awesome. And what I love about it, you know, the whole thing about the nature deficit disorder and that whole big movement that's out there, you know, this type of a thing really gets people engaged with their backyard. So when the customer gets engaged with it,
the contractor or retailer does.
Exactly. So
it's so much more fun to sell art than to sell a commodity. Yeah. But the challenge that people have with selling art is the ambiguity. And that's why we came up with the 20 products and 20-step process. By being able to systematize a methodology for building water features and make it replicatable, anybody could be an artist with a little bit of training.
Well, that's the thing though. You know, it's all comes down to that training. And I know, Brian, you're doing a ton of awesome stuff here locally, but you know, a lot of contractors, they struggle with just selling these things and getting in, and they're not comfortable.
It's funny because so many of the contractors, they get the 20 steps, they understand the simplicity of building the pond, and they love it because that's why they're in it. They love working outside, they love working with rock, they love being creative in it, but the selling part, it scares the hell out of them. So if we can figure out a way just to show them how simple the selling part of it actually is, and that it's just as much fun as building the pond, you know, I think that's why Aquascapes is actually good at selling the ponds, because we enjoy selling it as much as we do building it.
People could feel that. The thing about Pondemonium is every time somebody comes, you hear the same thing. We're never going to miss another one again. And then, of course, what happens is life. And people get slammed in their businesses. They get slammed with the kids and their other responsibilities. And it might be 2 or 3 years before we see them again, if ever. And the sad thing is that every year we say the same thing. You always get more equity working on the business instead of in it. To spend a couple of days to come to Chicago, get away from your business, even if you're just flying on the airplane or driving in your car, it's the time away from your business that you come up with all the ideas. I mean, we're going to leave people there with 1,000 new things to come. If they just put one of them into place for the rest of their businesses, they'll pay for their trip many times over. The thing is, if you're not working on your business, who is? Certainly not the guys working for you. As the owner of a company, it's your job to come to events like Pondemonium so that you can continually be growing. It's the guys who are just hunkering down and not doing new things that are the ones that are going to be in trouble. It's the guys that are coming, they're investing in themselves, investing in their people, bringing them to an event like Pondemonium that are going to be the guys that are growing. I know it works for us, it's going to work for other people as well.
It's when you stop wanting to get better. And how many people out there right now think they have all the answers? It's amazing how many people think, why do I need more education? What are you possibly going to teach me? But I go into it as one of the presenters or educators, looking and hoping to learn more from everybody else that's there. And every year I do, because we have an open attitude about it. And that's why it's so fun. You just learn and you learn and you learn.
If we could just get retailers out there and contractors to understand it's not about the product, it's about the lifestyle. It's about hanging out with friends, it's being able to enjoy it. Then we're going to all be successful, which is what we need to do. If we can help our customers succeed, we're going to succeed too. And that, in a nutshell, is what Pondemonium is all about. Helping each other succeed. Building the future together is what we're calling this year's Pondemonium. And I couldn't think of a more pertinent theme after we've gone through what we've gone through the last couple of years to be able to come out here in 2011 as we're rebuilding Aqualand and being able to help people rebuild the businesses the way, Brian, you've rebuilt Chicagoland sales, and Ed, you've helped alongside of that. I think a lot of contractors are going to meet retailers and learn how to talk the retail game at this year's Pondemonium. Tying it into the Independent Garden Center show, where retailers are already going to be in town, if they just come for a day. They get to hear John Stanley, they get to hear our keynotes, they get to go to Ball Seed Company, world famous, for dinner. I mean, that's in less than 24 hours, they can do all of those things. I think a lot of people that come for the Independent Garden Center show at Navy Pier are going to stay just one extra day and get the whole kit and caboodle. See Aqualand, have dinner at Ball Seed Company, hear John Stanley, and see what the opportunities are that we've learned how to tap into with water features. That, to me, is going to make Pondemonium, this Pondemonium, the most important one ever.